Hello, good evening to all. I welcome you to the 29th weekly meeting of RAAH. So today's agenda is we start with the opening remarks and welcome. Then we will give the review and impact of the previous RAAH meetings. Then we are having a small presentation by Dr. Anand Kakade, who is the Dean R&D at RIT on the joint initiative of RAAH and RIT. Then we are having the presentation on the collaboration of MESA, RIT and RAAH by the MESA president, Ms. Sakshi Kulkarni. We are going for the open discussion forum and concluding remarks. So, vision of the RAAH is to build a global active alumni network and run sustainable and high-value programs to help alumni, students, and institutions. So, our basic stakeholders are alumni, student, and institution. For alumni, RAAH is working by providing the job opportunities, business opportunities that our RAAH business forum is having the vast contacts of the businessmen, and the leads are generated and the business generated through RAAH business forum is worth 6.5 crores. Also, RAAH Business Innovation Forum is working on the project of e-bicycle, under which we are involving the alumni and we are generating the mutual benefits. Then for students, we had the presentation from the team NECWIT eCell, and today we are having the presentation from the MESA. So to work in collaboration with the student cells, with the RAAH. And next is the institution. For the institution, recently we had the meeting with the faculty of mechanical engineering and computer engineering, IT and computer engineering department. So we have got the expectations from the faculty how RAAH can help to improve the curriculum formulation in the how RAAH can help in organizations in the guest lectures, webinars from the industry experts, and RAAH overseas community will help to provide the opportunities to the overseas higher studies. So this is the brief summary of the RAAH impacts. We have conducted 8 webinars, job opportunities. We had done the mentoring of 30 students. 12 presentations from the RAAH alumni businessmen have been conducted under the weekly meetings, and we had conducted the session for the overseas higher studies. This is the summary of the impact of the RAAH Business Forum. The business lead generated through RAAH Business Forum worth 6.5 crores. Our alumni, Prapul Mahamani, Sujit Lonte, Sachin Sechsagar, Indrajit Patil, Pankaj Darure, Manoj Gaikwad, Mr. Ramesh Yadav, Sandeep Patil, and Praveen Pawar have involved in this. In the last meeting, we had the presentation by the eCell, RIT. Vision of the eCell was to develop an ecosystem which will nurture the development of the entrepreneurial mindset of the RIT community, which will be able to solve the problems profitability. Means eCell is working on the startups by the students itself while studying in the RIT. So this presentation was given by Mr. Abhilash Airekar, who is the coordinator of eCell RIT, who is studying in the BTech, final year BTech Electrical Engineering. This is the brief overview of the last meeting. eCell was started in year 2015 under guidance of Mr. M.V. Pisar sir. Official establishment of eCell was done in the year 2019 at RIT. Mr. Abhilash gave overview about the team structure and milestones of eCell RIT. That is, the startup was funded by Government of India. Startup was funded by Netra RIT, and excellence in various competitions. eCell achieved various excellence awards in the various competitions. eCell RIT is having collaboration with ACE Talks, a Finitize Consultancy Private Limited, Provistum Growth Private Limited, and eCells across the India. He has also given the overview about the ecosystem of eCell. He presented how student, faculty, alumni, entrepreneurs and industry can do the collaboration with the ESL. Mr. Abhilash also shared future plan of ESL, such as networking with national and global entities, events for development of entrepreneur mindset, financial literacy, and startup is the main future plan of the ESL. Ms. Maithili shared her journey and progress of her project of the robot, the cleaning and inspection of inner side of the pipes. Professor MVP Sir gave overview about the first successful startup initiated by ECL RIT, that is TGP Bioplastic Private Limited, Satara. Later, the session was governed by question and answers. So this is one announcement. I request Mr. Yogesh to give the overview of this session.
Hey, thanks, Rohit. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Yogesh, go ahead.
Okay. Thanks, Rohit. As Rohit mentioned, we are having this session for deep dive information about overseas studies in the USA. We already did one session to give a high-level idea about overseas studies in different countries like Australia, UK, Britain, Germany, USA, and Canada. So this session is going to be specific to United States. So we'll talk about how to choose subjects, what are the areas, what is typical cost in some of these areas, which
Yogi,
institutions are.
1 minute, Yogi,
Yeah.
sorry. Rohit, can you please mute all who are not talking? The speaker can be muted. Rohit.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Where is it? Okay. So we are having this session next Saturday. This is a little bit different time than our regular session. It would be 8 p.m. India time, just so that we can accommodate students and their parents. It is also open for alumni, their kids, or any relatives who are interested in higher studies in US. After this session, we'll be also doing in a couple of weeks' time a dedicated session to talk about finances, loans, etc. So we are getting some bank people and all. So that would be specific to, we'll give that session will be specific to especially how to arrange for finances and deep dive into visa. But this next coming Saturday session will cover mainly on the academics part with little bit in, we will also touch visa and cost, etc. But not lot of details into financial arrangement of finances. So that is a separate session because we think that it deserves, it requires a lot of time. So we are just taking this session different.
Yeah. Thank you, Yogesh, sir, for giving this overview of the session. I would like to inform you that we have already shared the registration form for this session. So request all alumni students to fill up that registration form. Later, we will share the invitation link for the meeting. So we are having one more update here. I request Mr. Mirza sir to give the update regarding the meeting which was held on the Sunday with Sri Sharad Marathe sir.
Thank you, Rohit. Before starting, I will request all the attendees, please mute yourself when you will not be speaking. Okay, so it will not disturb them. Dear friends, I'm very eager to share with you. We had a very great meeting with a very great personality. All of us know that for RAAH, Mr. Marathe, who is having 78 age, okay, at the 80s, actually he is helping us, supporting us a lot. He is our mentor and he is the chairman of the task force of Ayush Ministry, and always he is guiding us and mentoring our team, and we are following him. And physically offline we met Mr. Marathe in Pune. He was on the tour of Pune, and we, the task force members, along with me, Abba Sahib was there, Kade was there, then Manali Jadhav, then Sachin Shirsagar, Sujit Lomte, Pankaj Darure. Okay. I mean, all these members were there with us, and it was a very great meeting, which lasted for around 3 hours and 30 minutes. And just caring for us, actually, we had to travel a lot from Pune to Islampur or Kolhapur, like that. So we ended that meeting, and the conversation was actually, you can say that anybody of us couldn't actually, we were not thinking of ending it. That kind of conversation was there, and he guided. Actually, the main agenda of it was about our website, which we are going to develop for RAAH, and another it is the Section 8 company. And he guided us in all respects on all the points, and the major concern shown by him, or the focus, was, if you want to do a good work, something good for many of the peoples, for that important thing it is the funds. So he was asking us about the how will you raise the fund. Yes, definitely, when we started this forum it was online, and up till now actually we had not thought about that much about the collecting the funds. But his concern was, if you want to do something you should focus on this also. And yes, we had discussed the various options, like we may collect some actually the contribution from all the members monthly or yearly, whatever it may be, as possible, and that amount also it can be flexible as per the wish you can donate. Another option he gave, it was a very much effective it is. He assured us about some projects from the government schemes. Spurti, one scheme is there, and if we apply as a RAAH, as we are going to form that Section 8 company, under that, if we apply for that, we may get some sanctions from the government, and the limit for that it is the 5 crore rupees. So if we work on those projects, definitely we can raise some funds from that. He had given us, actually initially, if we don't have the funds with us, we can get collaboration with some companies. He had given one example, it is Sayadri Farms, as our active member, important member of this, it is Abasab Kade. He is working there, and he has having the very good um, relations with these people. So we can get some help from them. They can invest, or some other means also may be there. So like that, actually we can work on some projects from different companies. We can provide some expertise, as we are having the wide variety of expertise in our team, because we have the alumni or people from different branches, different age groups, who are working at different levels of the industries. Some are having their own industries. So this kind of things are there. So this was about the meeting with the Marathe. Actually, here I would like to thank Mr. Marathe sir for giving us that much time and showing that in concern. Dear friends, I would like to share one of the concluding remark for that. Actually, Manali Jadhav, she was there. He appreciated Manali very much about her contribution. All of you know that the Rohit, Manali, and our student team, they are working hard to make all these activities, every moment of this RAAH, actually informative, interactive, and interesting. So everybody is taking the efforts. But one thing I would like to share with you, he told us that I don't spend love, money, time, anything actually. I invest. And dear friends, he is spending, actually he is investing his time, or he is giving his valuable and lot of time for us. And his thinking is he is investing in us. And investment, it is not for his own benefits. He's thinking about our nation, our society, and our people, that the lives are the life of every individual from our country. It should be upgraded or it should be made better. And as the engineers, we can definitely contribute in this development. So I think if we decide, we can really give some shape. Okay, we can really bring the dreams of Marathi sir and our alumni in true. So with this, uh, once again, I would like to thank Marathi sir and
Thank
all
you.
that for you. Thank you very much, Rohit.
Thank you, sir, for giving the brief overview of the meeting you had with the Marathi sir. This fund utilization will be definitely for the development of the institute and for the students. So today we are having Mr. Dr. Anand Kakade, Dean R&D, Rajarmapur Institute of Technology, who is have one presentation about the collaboration of RIT and RAAH in the research and development. So we will start with the presentation from Mr. Anand Kakade. Then we are having one presentation about the collaboration of MESA, RIT and RAAH, how this education and experience can work together. So this presentation will be given by Ms. Sakshi Kulkarni, who is the president of MESA, who is studying in the third year mechanic. So thank you. Over to you, Kakade sir.
Good evening all. Am I audible? Yeah, good evening. In fact, myself and my colleague, Mr. Suryakant Durmise, he is our incubation manager. We'll give presentation together. So I request Mr. Suryakant Durmise to share the screen and start the PPT. Durmise sir?
Good.
Yes, man. I'm sharing it. Yes, sir. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. So we can start.
Yeah.
So can you start it, sir? So I will end it.
Yeah, you can start, sir.
Yeah.
So good evening, all of you. Basically, I am Suryakant, working for Incubation Center. Just last time also we have introduction about Incubation Center, where we are running some of the startup, and we have all the cubicle in place. Basically, today we are going to give a presentation about the Idea Lab, which is going to be funded by AICT, and so that can be utilized by all of us, as well as the schools nearby or any engineering college or institution nearby. And it's having a lot of advantages to have a good identity of our institution, RIT, as well as RAAH and local industries. So just I will give the brief introduction about this one. So what is the idea behind this lab? Basically, everybody, I think all of us are engineers who we passed out from RIT. So during that, during our curriculum, what we have seen, that we were having some kind of limitation over the equipments which are available, our standard equipments which are industry graded. We can say industry graded equipments which are basically required to have any idea to be converted into prototypes to products very easily. So we were going, during that time, we were going to the industry for getting a finished or some tooling requirement from the industries. And we are investing some money for preparing our project. So here, AICT is coming with a very good idea.
Sir, your voice is cutting.
Hello, are you getting me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
not
Yeah,
properly
it is
audible.
clear actually.
It is clear actually. I think
It's
Karthik
audible,
sir,
very clear, very clear.
there is a network issue at your end.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, all of you. Basically, the idea behind this idea lab is they are going to give us a project value of 110 lakh. So that will be shared by 50-50%. So that I can show you. This idea is for making one kind of center where the student can come together, or any industry or any alumni also can come together for making his idea to be successful by getting all these equipments which are available in the same lab, where the tooling can be possible, where we can have a lot many machineries which can be utilized for manufacturing process, or building any prototype, or any kind of work the student want to do. So that is the idea behind this idea lab. And basically the theme the government is coming with this, that now for first time they are going to give weightage to rural area colleges, where they are going to have more than 50 or 30 proposals which can be formed in rural area. And next time they are going to give the weightage to the colleges who are in metro cities. So that is also good advantage with us. Basically the idea behind this is they are going to provide financial assistance, that is a total 110 lakh rupees. Out of that, 80 lakh rupees for non-recurring, and 30 lakh rupees for recurring, like a consumable. So all the equipments, and they have given a standard list of equipment which can be utilized or purchased through this funding. So AIT is going to contribute 55 lakhs, that is 50% of almost 110 lakh. Other grants by institute and industry. So what AICT is going to inform us, that you try to contribute at least 50%. The contribution can be from the institution, or it can be from industry, or both combination. So maximum what they are giving the weightage, that if the industry participation will be there, the lab can be utilized very effectively for the purpose of what is required, what is given by them. So more preference they are going to give if there is a participation by the industry in terms of we can say direct funds which can be invested into this lab. So area maximum they are requesting for the area of 5,000 square feet, but minimum we can have 3,000 square feet. Already this place is there. This space is there where we are going to use learning studio and tinkering lab, where first year engineering exploration lab. In that lab also we can keep all these equipments, or we can make the different space wherever required. So I had discussion, Dr. Kakade sir and myself had discussion with our honorable director Sushma Kulkarni ma'am. So she is ready to give the space, as well as she is going to inform to our management also for contribution of these funds. So project duration is for 2 years. When you get sanctioned, at least within 2 years we have to make this infrastructure, and the operation can be for 5 years. The beauty of this lab is this should be open for 24/7 hours. So wherever the students who are living in the hostel side also, they can come in night time after their dinner for making the project work or prototyping, building for or product developments. So that is also possible with this lab, and the manpower required for that also can be made extra available for 24/7 operation. So monitoring is going to be done by AICT itself with the institution wherever it is the lab is being developed. So the utilization is for different activities. They have mentioned some activities that I'm going to discuss. That is, we can conduct the live practical FDPs for different platforms as per the requirement of institution, as well as the local need of the industries. Skilling programs can be conducted, different boot camps can be conducted for building the prototypes. Ideation workshops can be done by taking the ideas from the student as well as the industries. The awareness programs for the industry, we can conduct a lot many awareness programs like MSME contribution for making IPs, or for registration of different industries which is related to the MSME, and awareness program which are being funded by the MSME. So that things can be done by. So we can create a lot many internships from all these departments or nearby the industries. So professional skilling programs, program for a technical skillings, like you can have language programs, we can have mechanical related programs which are required, we can develop that one. So the schools nearby can also participate into this lab for their building their science project or any kind of project they are going to having with their own ideas. So then we can have a technical exhibition of all these projects or prototypes in the same place, from not only by RIT, so we can have combination of all the institutions which are nearby to us. So then we can conduct some kind of annual conference like this. We can have different types of activities with this lab provided by the common funding from institution as well as the AICT. The idea lab operation, how the operation is going to be happen, that there will be chief mentor, so who is responsible for this lab, for making successfulness of the lab, as well as we can have one faculty coordinator who can coordinate all these operations of the lab with the participants related to, you can say, institution as well as nearby industries. So what is basically what contribution we need or expectation, you can say, if possible. So what are the possibilities can be done? What are the possibilities we can have for generating funds? That is a point of discussion now. So RIT is also ready to invest some funds from their side. So we can contact some of the industries who are working with us, who are also to whom we are giving the orders. So that also the point of discussion where we can have some contribution from local industry as well as industries. So any industry can participate into this. We are also having giving the request to our RAAH also that how can we generate the fund. So that is the idea behind generating the fund for at least of 55 lakh. So wherever, what are the different sources of funds where we can generate. So that is the point of discussion now. So this is about the Idea Lab presentation from my side. So I will request Kakade sir to talk something about this one, how, what is his thought process about this. And after that, we can have 2-3 minutes discussion. So thank you for hearing me. And there will be I will ask Kakade sir to talk something about this.
Thank you, Dormi sir. I will just add few points. In this lab, there will be kind of setup which will be useful for students of all disciplines. Like there will be instruments related to IoT lab. Then there will be equipments related to mechanical engineering, equipments related to electronics. So all disciplines will be covered in this Idea Lab. And as Dormi sir already mentioned that students of all discipline, they can come in this lab anytime they wish, so that good amount of prototypes can be developed. And deadline for submission of this proposal is 21st January. So within next 2 weeks, we have to prepare the proposal and submit it online. So this is from my side.
So we'll have some interactive discussion how
Yes,
these
yes.
things can be done, or what are the ideas.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. This Idea Lab will definitely help students, faculties, and other nearby schools to generate the creativity amongst themselves.
So thanks, Kakade sir and Dormi sir. This is Yogesh. And I just wanted to check, because you mentioned that 21st January is the deadline to submit the proposal. So there are two aspects to it as I see, and I'm not very clear what is the expectation from RAAH, right? One thing is helping to form the proposal. Other thing is when it is operational, then how RAAH can help. So I think I was not very clear on that aspect. What exactly expectation or your expectation from RAAH is at this point. A second point is I just wanted to check because there is a need to have some funds, like 50% funds are given by AITC. So there are few things which can be done to generate those funds. One thing is, as you mentioned, industry partnership. So do you know or that if companies can use their part of their CSR funds for this activity? Because
Yes, sir.
if that
Sure,
is
sure.
the case,
Companies can, yes, contribute through CSR funds.
okay, so if
That
that
is
is
possible.
allowed, then it is little easier for the for companies to convince the companies, right? Because they have that portion to spend. Other thing is, is the college allowed, or is the ideation lab allowed to uh, generate the funds or to monetize the operations for outside students or outside high schools and things like that? Maybe arrange some training program for the high school students on a paid training programs, and support the running costs through that. So those.
So that is the exactly possibility is there, because they have mentioned the same thing. You can utilize this lab for conducting the different programs for schools nearby or students nearby or any type of institution. The main
Okay.
objective for today's, main objective for today's discussion: how can we generate the funds of 50 lakh rupees by RIT as well as the RAAH? How this can be done? But we can do it by through CSR activity or some other things which can be possible.
And sir, funding is not required before 24 January. Just commitment from industries is required that yes, they are going to contribute X amount. So that kind of commitment is required before 24 January.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that is one thing I'm little concerned about, in the sense that there is not a lot of time before 21st January, right? To left to reach out. I mean, I'm pretty sure you are already reached out to the industry and all, but
We started, sir. We started.
So we are ready to submit the proposal, no problem for that. But how can we go for that? Later also, if the funding is going to be get sanctioned, we can add some industries also for their contribution.
yeah,
So that is
I understand that. I mean, at the beginning, you'll have to give some partnerships or some guarantees. That okay.
Yeah. So we are giving it from our side with the industry, which are wherever the possibility is there. Other than that, if we get sanctioned, we can have we can add a lot many industries also who are interested into the same area.
Yeah, I think that.
I don't mean to a little bit, sir, I just wanted to ask you one thing. How can we tie in the Skill India program that is there, that is being run by the Modi government? How can we tie that Skill India program with this in a way wherein we can show that under Skill India we are doing some training programs for people to upgrade their skills. I know the Modi government pays money for the Skill India program when we are running certain programs to upgrade skills. So that way, that can work as a certain revenue generation for college, which already has a good infrastructure in terms of labs and faculty. So they can sort of train these people and get some funding over there as well. So if we can use that to our advantage, that can be a sort of revenue generation also for the college. And we could try to work something out so that we can get more funding from AICT. I mean, the college burden reduces. That is what I was looking at. Also, I think Apna Sakharale also, our sugar factory also has, we had spoken to Jamdare sir, and he had spoken about certain other initiatives that they are doing in terms of R&D, and how RAAH was going to help them with some of their drone related projects and other initiatives that we can look at in terms of agriculture or industrial agriculture that we can look at. So how can we get some support from that front as well? So we'll have to see as to how we can tie these things in. I don't know how practical all this is, but these are some of my thoughts.
Yeah, and Vyas, I just wanted to say that I think it was a good presentation, and we got some idea what is being looked for, right? So just in interest of time, we are already kind of past midsection. So
Ratanji,
we
can you please
think
mute your
over it,
mic?
within
Ratan
ourselves
Pandit.
what we can do, and meanwhile let us move on to the next agenda item, that is MESA presentation.
Can I add something there? So,
Yeah, sure.
my name is Ratan Pandey, 1995 batch alumni from mechanical engineering. For a long time, I'm meeting you guys. See, I've been attached to this Idea Lab for Tata Institute of Social Science. So, just to give you a brief about my company, it is known as a strategy, and we are in a different roles, and we actually tie up with the Idea Labs of tests and helping them, and we are also getting a lot of help from them. So I hope when things will materialize, I'll ensure that my company contribute to this part. Yeah, that's all.
Thanks.
Ratan,
Thanks.
thank you very much. So
Great,
now
Ratan.
I think we should move to the next presentation. This is our main agenda. So
Mirza,
after
just before that, one suggestion. Tata Trust is doing a lot on in this particular field. I request both the gentlemen, Kakade sir and Mr. Dormise, to please do write to Tata Trust. Okay, you can just take email ID from their website. If you don't get, I will provide you. But please do write. And they have a very innovative institute here, like Mr. Ratan said. The Digital Impact Square. I will request you to talk to Mr. Sandeep Shinde, who is chief of Digital Impact Square, so that he guides you on these aspects as well as some funds. So Manzoor, I will be very happy to arrange this call, because this is one of the best incubation center for startups in entire world, and Mr. Shinde is available for call anytime. So Manzoor, I will request you to please coordinate, and we will take it further.
yes, sure, Baba.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks all.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Ratan, to request you to share your contact details in the chat box so that Anand sir and Mrs. can reach.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Rohit, I have his details. No problem.
Okay, thank you. So now I request Sakshi to give the presentation about the collaboration MESA and RAAH.
Yes, sir. I share my screen.
Yeah.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So hello everyone. I'm Sakshi Kulkarni, the president of MESA. And on behalf of whole MESA team, I welcome you all for this collaboration of MESA and RAAH, which is the collaboration of education and experience. Education from the side of MESA and experience from the side of RAAH. But before we start, I just wanted to tell that I had also given a presentation in front of Director Ma'am, HOD Sir, Dr. S.K. Patil Sir, MESA Faculty Advisor Prashant Jadhav Sir, Mirza Sir, and we got the valuable inputs of Director Ma'am. She has already approved, and she was very glad to know about this collaboration. So, coming to the next point, I'll just give a short overview of what MESA actually is. So, MESA is Mechanical Engineering Student Association, and the MESA activities are dedicated to supporting the educational mission of RIT by providing students with a sense of community through meaningful interaction outside the classroom. And the mission of MESA is to indulge the quality of leadership in each and every student, which will not only make a difference within RIT but also beyond it. And the MESA was basically formed to bring out the technical development of students, and it is well known for organizing seminars, workshops, and other activities. And it is also well known for improving other non-technical abilities in students, like good communication skills, management abilities, presentation skills, and teamwork. So what are the objectives of MESA? The first and most important objective of MESA is to bridge the gap between students and faculty. So since MESA is a student association, all the events are completely organized by the students and for the students. The second important point is that promoting the interest of students in various technical areas pertaining to mechanical engineering. So MESA is well known for organizing webinars which are related to market or industrial requirements. So students are not only confined to syllabus, but they'll also gain some practical knowledge as well. So these webinars are usually related to the market trends like IoT, AI. And the third point is that to encourage students of mechanical engineering department to develop their personal skills. So as the name suggests, is a student association. So whatever events we plan that are completely organized by the students. So while organizing any event, the efforts that we take, so may that be in reducing the cost or convincing people for getting the sponsorship, or even going for campaigning and convincing the students to participate in an event. and also handling peer pressure and having the decision making capability. So these are some of the things which MESA students, these are some of the qualities which MESA students possess. And the last point is that to bring about the technical development of students, they are organizing seminars, workshops, and other activities. So this is the team of MESA office bearers. To start with, Professor Prashant Zadav sir, who is the MESA faculty advisor, me as the president, Mr. Sankalpa Zamlikar and Ms. Gayatri Pawar, who are the vice president of MESA, Mr. Ayush Kulhar, who is the secretary, Mr. Chaitanya Damle, who is the joint secretary, Ms. Janvi and Ms. Purnima, who are the girls representative, Mr. Saurabh Patil, who is the treasurer, and Mr. Rohan Shah, who is publicity head. We do have some of these people in today's meeting. So coming to the main point, which is collaboration of MESA and overview of it, out of which I have made two columns. First one is RAAH and the second is MESA. So I have included some strong points under it. Now coming to RAAH, RAAH has various other communities included in it. So RAAH has overseas community, business forum, cultural forum. And RAAH is well known for its powerful network, entrepreneur mindset, experience, and it is also known for organizing other workshops and projects. Now coming to MESA. So MESA is a student association and mechanical engineering is the oldest and largest department in RIT. MESA organizes various other events, but the main event is Trailblazer, which I'll be talking about in the next slide. And there are also student-driven clubs in MESA like Met Talks. Now the upper arrow shows how will RAAH be benefited if this collaboration takes place, and the lower arrow shows how will MESA be benefited. So I just explain each point in detail. So coming to the inputs from RAAH to MESA, that is how will MESA be benefited if this collaboration takes place. The most important point is guidance for career opportunities. So students planning for higher education or specialization can be highly benefited from the experience of RAAH members. And that's because since RAAH has a very strong network and experience, we as students will be highly benefited to get a proper guidance from RAAH. Because what happens is that we have a lot of doubts in our mind and there's no one who could clear it in a proper way. And my personal experience with RAAH, especially with overseas community, is very good because right from third year, I was very curious about the overseas education and I had a lot of doubts in my mind. And due to the overseas community, I was able to clear all those doubts in a very good amount. So I feel that since it was so helpful for me, I so I feel that it would be very helpful to other students as well if they take all the advantage of joining this community. The second one is business forum. So students will get a platform to convert their idea into proof of concept or product. Now what happens is that students usually have a lot of ideas regarding their project or startup, but they do not know how to convert it into proof of concept or product. So if we get the valuable guidance from RAAH, we would the students would get a proper track or direction. And I would also like to mention about the girl Pranjali Patil, who is from MESA. She is the second year representative of MESA, and she has recently started a startup, and she has presented it on the RAAH platform as well. So like her, there are other students in MESA as well who has a lot of plans in their mind, and if those students could get the guidance of RAAH, they will surely get a proper pathway in which they can expand their startup. And I would also like to highlight an important point there's actually a group of 3 students from MESA, from the mechanical engineering department. And there's a project which is based on plastic recycling and which is guided by Mr. Kisar sir. So that project recently got a funding of 53 lakhs, and it's all because of the efforts of students and the brainstorming that they had done. So like these students, there are other students as well who do have such kind of ideas and who do wants to expand their startup. So under their guidance and including RAAH's name in the proposal, we can work upon such kind of projects. The second important point is that business forum is mainly useful for those students who have a strong desire of expanding their existing business. Now, in the business forum, I had presented our family business of Digvijay Industries along with my elder brother. And my experience was extremely nice, and we got connected to a lot of new people. So there are other students in MESA as well who do have their existing family business. So we can always include them in this business forum. The third point is experience in mentoring. So students can acquire various skills and understand the current market situation. That's because RAAH has members who are not only working in different industries, but some of them also own a company. So it would be easy for us to understand the current market situation and then train the students accordingly. The second point is about the internship opportunities. So if RAAH could provide the mentoring opportunity to students right from first year, it would be very useful for us as we'll get a proper pathway and we can accordingly plan our goals. And RAAH also has members who work in diversified areas. So it would be easy for us to acquire knowledge about different fields under your mentorship. And if students could get the internship opportunities, then they will be able to learn some of the practical things, like how an industry works, what are the various processes that takes place in an industry. Coming to the last point, which is industrial visits and sponsorships. So RAAH not only organizes technical events, but it is also well known for organizing non-technical events. So if this collaboration takes place, more and more number of students will be benefited. That's because we do have student requirements, and so under this collaboration, if RAAH could provide speaker, then it would be very useful for us to fulfill the student requirements. And the sub point is students working on various projects can get industrial sponsorship for the same. Now here I would like to highlight an important point. So there's an industry in Kagal named as aerometallics. And few years back, so this industry is a very small scale industry, a basic foundry. And few years back, the industry had faced some kind of problem in the product, and they had approached RIT. So three students from mechanical department, they were very interested in this project, and they gave around 3 designs to the owner of industry, and he was highly impressed. And there were some of the major changes which were for long term, and some of the minor changes which could be done in upcoming 2 to 3 days. So that changes we had implemented immediately, and a lot of new changes were seen in the product, improvement was seen in the product, and the owner got impressed and he gave all the 3 students, he offered a sponsored project to all of the 3 students. So they got funding, and they got funding from that industry. So this is how the industries work when it comes to taking students or hiring students from MESA, because MESA's students are not only good in technical skills, but they're also good in non-technical skills as well. So if this collaboration takes place, RAAH can always look upon students who have real talent in them. RAAH can train or mentor those students, and further, if they wish, they can also hire those students in their companies. Now, these are some of the inputs from MESA to RAAH. That is, if the collaboration takes place, how will RAAH be benefited? So coming to the first point, which is student association. So mechanical is the largest and oldest department in RIT, and as I said, MESA is completely driven by the students and for the students. So we have a very strong network with students. We do know what are their issues, we know what are their requirements. So it will be easy for us to provide those requirements for you, because the basic motive of RAAH is to help as many students as possible. So if we provide student requirements to you, it will be easy for not only the students to fulfill their requirements, but also to RAAH, as they're going to get the feedback in a good amount. And if we consider the amount of students that we have in a single year, suppose second year. So there are 150 students in second year. And if we consider all the 3 years, it will be around 450. So let's make it simple, around 400. And even if we consider that 20% of these students are interested in RAAH activities, so it will be around 100 students. So at this initial stage, if there are 100 students who are willing to work with RAAH, then I'm sure that this number can reach good limits in upcoming a year or so. The second important point is product development can take place with the help of fresh and innovative idea of students. So we students, we do not have any kind of experience, and we always, whenever we get a problem, we always think on it in all the ways. So I would like to share my experience in first year. So in first year, we had an elective named entrepreneurship, and we used to get a problem statement for it, which lasted for around a semester. And we were supposed to give a solution to the problem statement. And since when many people come together with different mindset, they always come up with a very good solution. So we had come with 3 to 4 solutions, and that's the thing with the freshers. So they always think from a various perspectives because they do not have any kind of practical experience. So they are always very innovative, and that's the case with MESA. The third point is students with existing family business will be beneficial to RAAH to build a strong network further. Now, usually on groups, we see messages like, hey, I want some kind of material, can you please help me? So these are the people who will, now suppose if MESA contains a person who has an existing family business, then that will be beneficial to RAAH to expand their network further. Like even if in getting raw materials or in product development, anything like that. And the last and most important point is that the involvement of more number of students will further form a good alumni team in future. So what I mean by saying this is that if more number of students will get involved in RAAH, they will automatically form a good alumni team, and a loop will be formed wherein students will get involved and they'll form a good alumni team, and this is a never-ending loop. Now the next point is helping hand to RAAH. So I would like to mention some of the inter-department club that RAAH has. So what are these clubs all about? So these clubs include it makes a group of some of the students who are planning for MS, who are planning for GMAT, GRE. So like as I said, if there are 450 students, and so there are obviously some of the students who are having same area of interest. So the basic motive is that to bring all the students together and make them work upon their individual projects or the doubts they have while preparation. So if you take an example, like if a second year student, he wants to crack GATE and he approaches the faculty. So that's a different thing of faculty explaining a student, because the student will hesitate to go while talking with faculty. But if a senior explains to the student that if the senior is trying for giving GATE from past 3 years, he actually knows how much time is required for each subject. So he can plan, and he can tell that student that this much time is required for a particular subject, and that student will be pre-planned. He'll make a good plan and he can achieve his goal earlier. So this is the basic plan of the MECTOC club, which is the sub club in MESA. And apart from that, the main plan is that after college, we can allot some kind of classroom to the students. Say for example, classroom 201 for students who are preparing for MBA. So they can come together, they can discuss their doubts. So this is the basic motive of the clubs which are included in MESA. Now the second important point, which is helping hand to RAAH. Now that is in this sense that if RAAH wants any kind of help from MESA, the MESA is always eager and ready to help RAAH. Now that is because the students in MESA are very eager to help others, and they have a very inquisitive mindset. So even if we consider a small help from RAAH, like making a slide or anything like that, then there are students who can help them in a proper way. So basically RAAH can consider MESA as a tremendous manpower, 100% energy, and you people can mold us as you want. And the last point is about the Trailblazer event. So I would like to say that Trailblazer is one of the largest and elegant event of RIT, and it's a national level technical event, and it also has sub events in it. And every year we get around 2 lakh to 3 lakh funding. So we get funding from companies like Suzuki, Hyundai, and I would like to say that last year we had got a funding from a class named Itanium, and he had a deal with them that if you give us a funding of some amount, then the students from MESA will attend the classes. So that class is basically about CAD, CATIA, and all. So these are some of the things which a company sees when they when they tell us to sponsor their things. And the most important thing that a company should notice in the sponsorship thing is that since it's a national level event, not only students from Sangli district, but students from other district also do attend this event. And when they constantly see your advertisement, and if some of them are from a business background, then they might think of collaborating, or they might think of contacting your company. So this is the advantage of advertisements in our event. So yeah, that's all from my side. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Hey, Sakshi, this is Yogesh here. Actually, I was just making some notes. It was really good presentation. I want to congratulate Sakshi and the MESA team for a nicely done presentation. Before I actually go into the topic of the presentation, one thing I wanted to highlight is this is how a presentation should be, right? A lot of time we see people just read out of the deck, but that was not the case here. So, which was certainly very refreshing for me. You just used the presentation to highlight the key points, and you were talking around those points. So that was really, really well done. Okay.
Thank you,
Other
sir.
thing I liked is it is not only talking about how RAAH can help the students, but you also brought up how students or how MESA in general, in particular, or students in general, can bring to the table when it comes to RAAH as a collaboration. So that is another thing, whenever you are trying to make any business case or anything for that matter, you have to put how you are going to help. Same thing when it goes for interview also. It will certainly help there, right? It is not only what company is offering you, but what you are bringing on the table for the company, how you can sell yourself. And that part was really well done, actually. So congratulations on a very good presentation. Now
Thank you, sir.
coming to the topics discussed itself, right? One thing I wanted to highlight is you mentioned that there are a lot of activities MESA is doing and how RAAH can help. So one input from my side is any if the students are looking for any specific topic or any specific subject, reach out to us and we can see if we can find some experts in that specific area to arrange any webinar or technical sessions or anything like that. So that has to come from you, right? Students
Yeah.
bringing their perspective to us, like you or other students or MESA being part of RAAH certainly helps us so that we can tailor our activities to the needs of the students. Because if you see the vision of RAAH, students, alumni, and the associate institution, these are the three pillars. So students is equally important section of that, and to bring that you are active, I mean you are certainly helping us understand what students are looking for. I saw that you have presentation like girl representatives and all, which is really good. Do you also have representatives from year specific, like first year representative, second year representative, like that, so that they can bring their specific needs? Just a thought.
No, sir. Actually, since it's related to mechanical engineering, we do not have students from first year, because what happens
Okay.
in first year
Yeah,
is
no,
that
got it. I got it. I mean, more like second year, third year, like
and
that. So do you have year-wise representatives? But that's fine. And actually, from the participation, I certainly enjoyed this session. And from my personal thing, I don't mind doing a reverse session where some of us can go into one of the MESA meetings and kind of watch and listen and understand. So think over it. If that is something you think will be helpful for the students, we can certainly do that. I will be interested.
Yep.
doing
Yogesh,
something like that.
Yogesh.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Yogesh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Ramesh Jadhav here from 96 Mechanical Batch. I agree with you, Yogesh. I think we should attend their meetings as well to understand the depthness and how can we go ahead and understand their requirements and really help MESA, because MESA and RAAH would be a very good combination. And I really appreciate the efforts by Sakshi for this presentation. I fully agree with you because that presentation was very to the point and very fruitful. Now I would advise Sakshi to work on what exactly the students required from alumni or RAAH, so that we will work on that specific area and we will come out with the programs. Like already our overseas community is coming up with this helping for this, how to funding and overseas education and all that. That they are doing greatly. I think they are putting their all efforts last 2 weeks, Amit and Yogesh fully from Canada and US, and they are coming up with very good these things. And I would appeal all the candidates, students and all, and the parents also, to come and take advantage of this, and which is really free of cost. Thank you.
Yeah, Ramesh, I just want to add a couple of points here. I really echo what you just said. Sakshi, well done bridging the two rather organizations, RAAH and MESA, including RIT really. All I wanted to mention here is, when you're talking about expectations from RAAH and vice versa, both ways, right? If you could help us more on the execution level action items, it's great that we could collaborate. You mentioned how it's beneficial for both, but how we could come up with more action items in a sense that, hey, for example, maybe you need a RAAH's help on running your MESA meetings to, hey, how could we get this meeting maturity to next level? Ask RAAH to, hey, can you join our meeting couple times to help us kind of structure that meeting in a way that it's more fruitful for us. That level of execution plan, I think that would really help us. Yogesh, anything you want to add?
Sachin, yes, Amit, Sachin Patel
No,
here.
I think, yeah.
Just
go ahead.
Only 1 minute. First of all, I want to congratulate Sakshi for such a wonderful presentation. And yes, I feel proud as a head mechanical engineering department. Our student, third year student, she can present in such a nice manner. That is point number 1. Point number 2, as Yogesh sir mentioned, as well as Ramesh sir mentioned, and Amit also, exactly what we want. Because in my first presentation, a faculty presentation, I have given expectation from the faculty point of view. Now, second, student point of view. Sir, first time we want to start the inter-department clubs. Clubs might be for the GATE preparation, clubs might be for the MPSC, UPSC, clubs might be for the overseas education. So different clubs we want to form, and we don't have that expertise. How we can nurture this club? How we can move ahead with this type of activities? So in general, we need help for this. Our students are ready, our faculties are ready to work hard, but we need your guidance in this regard. That is specific expectation from our side.
Yes, and a lot of these clubs, looking at even for high school level, and I'm just basing my experiences in the US, but at a high school level or even college level, a lot of these clubs are run by the students with the kind of guidance from faculties or alumni from other side, and I mean, we will certainly help structure that. And as Amit said, we don't mind coming to this meeting and help structure those things. On the other side, I just wanted to highlight this. I mean, these activities will help students not only doing that particular thing for what the club is, right? For example, GATE preparation or some competitive exam preparation, but also where it helps students is, especially students who are kind of leading those or taking some kind of positions on this club, helping those club. One thing is it will certainly help in their professional lives because they already have some kind of leadership experience. Other thing is it will certainly help them on their applications for higher education or job applications, because these are the points actually you should highlight on your CV, especially when you're applying for education. And these things do carry weightage, especially in the overseas universities, apart from your academics, if you have these kind of experiences. So that is certainly useful for people who are actually actively participating in these kind of clubs. So I did not answer your question, Sachin sir, fully, but I kind of took a tangent to that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Sachin sir, to address your points though, if you could identify these points that you're looking for, these are the clubs you're looking for, these are the helps you're looking for, we're more than happy to support, to initiate these things.
Yes, and I mean, just to add, right, not only these are the clubs, if you are looking for some ideas also what kind of clubs will be beneficial, I think we can look at some colleges and schools here and see what kind of club they have, and kind of, give some ideas how, what topics they include, or even what kind of clubs can be there.
I agree. Yeah.
Hello. Yes. It will be great.
Yes, you're audible, Abhijit.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
This is Dr. Abhijit.
I think you have a network issue, Dr. Abhijit.
No.
Abhijit, now you're not audible, but go ahead, try again. No.
Or I think if it's a network issue, maybe if you have some question coming, just type in the chat and one of us will read it out.
All India radio झालाय.
Hey Rohit, it is 10:36. Can you please either extend or close the meeting?
Just maybe Abba, just go around and check if anybody has any other comments and questions that we could add.
Sir, actually, I wanted to mention a point, answer the question of Yogesh sir. Sir, we had conducted a survey under MESA wherein we understood the student requirements. So if you wish, I can share it with you so we can work on it.
Yeah, that would be really great. And as Amit said, right, we certainly have high level points where we can help, but we are actually looking to more like execution level. Just saying that, okay, help with mentorship or help with specialized topic subjects knowledge will not actually help us doing something, right? So if you can say, okay, I want to someone to talk about this specific subject, take a subject name like robotics, Python, machine learning, and we can actually execute those points. So some actionable things, tangible things, if you can specify, that would be certainly.
Yogesh, what I would advise, Sakshi, what is the strength of MESA?
Sir, strength means it includes everything.
More than 500 students, sir. UG and PG.
So what I would advise, we have our own communities like Overseas Business Forum and other. Why don't you split or select a few candidates from your MESA and attach to our all communities so that we will start actual interaction with everyone.
Right, sir.
Yeah, I'm just going to read the question that Abhijit Shah wanted to ask. He actually just typed it in the messages here. So we do have GATE cell, competitive exam cell, global education cell. Need some representatives from RAAH, and if possible. Yes, Abhijit, it's possible, and that's what we are suggesting. If we come up with more actionable.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are now. Go ahead. Go ahead, Abhijit.
I think you are not audible now.
He's audible when he says I'm audible.
I think you are covered that the question of Mr. Abhijit, that we can definitely identify the representative from RAAH for this GATE cell, education, competitive exam cell, and global education cell. Just request to Mr. Abhijit to share the activities which are you are executing under these cells. So that will help our representative or alumni to work on it.
And more than activities, Rohit, more than activities, right? What was the expectation from a RAAH?
Yeah, activities and expectation. Yeah, thanks
That
for
Go
this.
ahead, Manzoor sir. Go ahead.
Rohit, actually, just one day before, I had a discussion with our batchmate Sachin Jadhav, who is IAS. After 25 years, I had talked to him, and he was talking about this competitive sale and these things. So, what we can do? A lot of our friends are in this area actually. This Sachin Jadhav is there, Praveen Padwal is there. Okay, so a lot
Yes.
of people from our side they are working in this area, so we can give the
अरे
we
आपले
can from them.
संदीप पाटील पण आहेत ना
Ah,
शिरावचे.
Yeah. So can we conclude today's meeting?
Yes,
Let's do
please.
that. Yeah.
Thank you, Sakshi, for your nice presentation, and thank you, Mrs. sir and Kakade sir, for your presentation. Raha will definitely work on the points which you have suggested. Okay, thank you all for joining today's meeting. So we conclude today's meeting. Thank you.
Rohit, I have one
Thanks a
point.
lot.
Rohit, I have one point to make. I think there
Yeah.
are a lot of expectations set from both the presentations. What happens normally is that I think we have such type of discussions, but they are not really materialized after some time because of follow-up. So I request both the presenters to please write minutes of meeting sort of email to Mr. Manzoor Mirra, who is the coordinator for RAAH. And then Manzoor should take care of this because we should get it them on agenda, see the actionables and work on it. Otherwise, this really goes to a toss after a couple of weeks or something like that. So let's
Agree,
take
Abba,
down the
agree.
actionables and take proper instance execution goals.
Yeah.
Yes, Ramesh.
Thank you for
Yeah, I
addition.
agree with you. I agree with you. It is required. In fact, we can also select one of our representative for follow-up activities because it is really missing after a few weeks.
Yeah, I think our single point of contact, Mr. Birsa sir, is there.
Fine.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Hello, good night.